So the first question is, what was your experience with arts as a kid before becoming a photographer?
Well, I grew up in Waterloo, Iowa, and so there weren't huge amounts of. My mother did expose us to the arts as far as that goes. She took us to plays when there were plays. I read a lot, and I loved movies, and I was too. Photography, but I always loved it. In fact, I got my first camera when I was 10. And so now when I teach kids, which I do a lot of teaching, I tell kids what you're interested in at even 5th grade, you might be interested in your whole life. You might not know that it'll lead you to something like computer science or poli-sci, but probably what you're interested in will stay with you most of your life. So.
All I know is that I really wanted to make films for whatever reason. Like first I thought I wanted to be an actor, and then I thought I wanted to be a director. And what I didn't know was that I'd end up becoming a writer, which is what I always did and what I was always good at. So, you know, just that idea that film brings in all kinds of different media. Film brings in all different kinds of media, and so whatever you experience as a kid plays into that. So I started interning at a snowboarding magazine when I was in college, and it worked great because their production was in the summer, and so I'd go work there in the summer and come back to school. What I always really wanted to do was make films, so I made a film in college, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I decided to quit the snowboarding mag and start making films.
Whenever I wrote something, it always got published, but it was just tough for me. It was not that life is supposed to be easy, but it was just kind of agony. And so a lot of pressure on myself. But then when photography came along, I thought, wow, this is something I feel more at ease with. There's a lot of pressure still, but I don't feel crippled by that pressure. You know, like if I'm not good as a sports photographer, okay, I won't do sports photography. You know,
what I really wanted to do was make films, and I just didn't know how. But I figured that I had to just make the leap. So I quit working in the magazine, and I wrote a script, and I made a short. And so that's this one. Mm-hmm. And so I had a lot of friends and contacts through snowboarding who had similar ideas. You know, I just found like-minded people who also wanted to make films.
Solve problems. So my goal as a working artist is to look at things through a creative filter and help communities as well as kids have a voice and be able to express themselves constructively and with purpose and dignity and integrity. Interested in something, go be around people who are doing it. See if you like it and stay with it. And so my goal was to find something I was interested in and stay with, you know, just hang out with people who were doing it, and then eventually things would come your way.
I'm constantly figuring it out. I'm constantly trying to figure out what the next step is, and those doubts are always there. You just have to, you know, it helps to know what you want to do, and then once you do know that, you just have to go for it. It's as simple as that, because nobody's going to hand it to you. You have to make it happen.